she just gets up in your face, and I love it because I'm a person who has to be pushed. I'm not someone who can sit there listening to someone who's saying, you know, that was good, blah, 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 blah. She tells you like it is, and I think that's great.
She got on to me about practicing, and it's really changed how I practice and the fact that I do practice now.
Like the similes and the metaphors that she comes up with. I don't know where she comes up with them, but it's great. And just the stuff she says, it cracks me up. Like, we literally have to stop halfway through songs, and I just have to laugh.
And she's making jokes all the time and telling these stories about cartoons she has in her head about the music and everything.
I'm a soccer player, so she'll be like, someone just kicked you in the lower jaw and you can't feel it. You know, you're hanging on a cliff.
Being silly, and I felt silly, and I, you know, doing all the silly things to get my voice to break free.
She always gives me really funny stories of her experiences too, which helps relate to mine.
From acting like having this witch sound and all the crazy things that she would have me do, actually have my students do it today.
She's very good at finding many ways to explain how to achieve a certain sound, how to take a certain breath.
It's just, she comes up with stuff I would never even think of. Like, even in my wildest dreams, I would have been like, nope, that wouldn't work. But it always does, and it's incredible.
It's like, if you don't understand something, she's very good about figuring out ways to get you to understand it.
There's one little thing that she says just totally transforms everything about the quality of your voice and the way that you sing and the way you present it.
Every song becomes almost like its own little story. And most of the time they're comical. They're quite funny.
Just her teaching style is just awesome, and it's so unique from everyone else. You know, people come into choir and it's kind of like, voice lessons today. And I'm like, hey, I have voice lessons today.
I like how Mrs. Bray is unconventional.
It's those, you know, those eyes that light up when she hears you doing something good, and her humor that, you know, to me is what makes it, really, because she just like lights up a room.
Is very fun. It's not very strict. It's not a high pressure situation. It's very relaxed.
She would have fun with the students.
I mean, I don't want to be cliche, but seriously, every single time I go into it, it's just like there's always something crazy that happens.
She could have been a very, classically trained person. She could be very rigid and go, okay, let's begin again. Instead, she's like, all right, and like very warm and fun and loving.
Like, okay, if he makes a mad attack all over me, if I'm gonna get a Cadillac out of it, okay. Just like everybody else, all other females in the world would be going like, no. You're like, yes. If I could get a car, okay. Here we go again.
Mad attack about a Cadillac, okay. But I'm always true to you, driving in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, driving in my way.
I feel like Carol, she really figured me out. She figured out where I needed to go, how I needed to get there. She personalized her teaching and with what my needs were, with my personality.
She was able to tell you what you needed to change, what you needed to do, not afraid to make the changes that she needed to make. How to transition from singing classical to musical theater, how all the same techniques apply, it's just different placement.
It's important to have a teacher who understands that there are all kinds of students, and you have to be able to adjust your teaching methods to that child. And Carol is willing to do that. To your typical child, to your atypical child. Carol has experienced and has seen all different types of children and how they learn, and she adjusts her teaching method to the way that child needs to learn.
And it was just so individualized and specialized and personal. It was really special.
She knew what I was thinking and knew how to direct me in the right way to get what she wanted out of me.
I think Carol's just a really good role model for Emily, and Carol was always there to listen to her and to help encourage her and just to support her and help her feel more comfortable with who she was and just becoming the young lady that she's become. She really cares about her students, not just about what they're doing. She cares about them personally.
She's incredibly encouraging. I mean, every time you go in to see her, she's energetic and she's upbeat. I see her working with the other students, and she'll really just call things out in them and really encourage them in ways that I can see is really impactful to them.
Thank you, Carol Bray. We love you for everything that you've done for our daughter. It's been a wonderful experience, and we're still getting to enjoy sharing the product of that with you as Emily continues to perform in many venues in the world. Thank you.